Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Prosecco and Nuts. We were talking a bit about the People's Choice Awards and the Screen Actors Guild Awards. The ladies, of course, weighing in on fashion. Well, yeah, and I'm here to learn.
You poor thing, you. I feel so
You know what
bad.
I think we should do? We should have a segment where you dress Drew. Just dress him. And
no flowers, birds.
No, we
feathers.
need to go back
What are you gonna wear? Nothing?
gold.
You're gonna be naked? Feathers and birds.
That's
will
another
happen.
show. That's
Oh
an
my
entire
God.
different
No, we
show.
should do a segment at SB or something and just completely just
100%
dress you
doing
in
it.
like 5 different outfits and see
That
how
would
you
be
feel.
nice.
Then I
That
think you'll
would
have
be-
a little bit more appreciation for this.
I have learned a lot.
You all would enjoy it as much as we would.
I continue to learn like you guys do. We're going to learn a little bit more now because we're going to get into Miss Universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch it? I know some of you
No.
guys were busy that night, but I got to
Yeah.
watch some of it. Did
Yeah.
you? Have you?
No.
I thought you
And
watched
why?
it because of Stephen Harvey. Like he was so
Steve
hilarious.
Harvey's
Steve
amazing.
Harvey.
You guys.
Everybody
he-
watched it to see him mess up.
Yeah, that's it. We were all waiting for Steve to mess up
Can
again.
you imagine that, like,
They brought him his
Again?
glasses at the end when he was reading it
Like
off, and he
these
was like
big, thick glasses?
shaking and shaking. I was like, oh my god.
but
don't
I
screw
want
this up,
Drew
don't
to
screw
tell
this
us
up.
why he doesn't watch Miss Universe.
Why.
Come on, get political.
No.
Is that Caribbean enough? Get political
I
on
don't.
Saturday.
I don't want to get political.
No, that's-
Why? Oh, you don't like the Miss Universe pageant?
It's
No,
not that
he's got
beautiful.
nothing against her.
Oh.
Why are you focusing on me? This has nothing to do with fashion.
You know what?
Yeah, but it's a
I'll
Trump
just-
event.
I
just wanted
it
him to
wasn't,
say-
Is it still? It was
Is it?
not.
It's not anymore, is it?
I don't know.
Really?
I do not think it is
Well, I don't know.
anymore.
Okay.
He probably just like distanced himself like he's doing with everything else.
God,
but
I
still.
hope so, or else I wouldn't have watched
We went
it.
political, but we should be talking about fashion.
Oh,
I'm
brother.
just saying. I did
Well, you know
digress
what?
for a second.
I just,
Okay.
it was entertaining. I love watching beautiful women in gorgeous dresses. So I
Here,
had,
here.
Exactly.
Something in common.
And Canada made it to like right till the very end, which was very
What was
cool.
she? Top what? 1, 2,
5 or
3,
something.
She was in the top 5,
That's
so that was
fantastic.
huge. She was.
Did you even mention who won, or did you just flip the page?
Well,
No, I'm not gonna say who won. Well, I don't know. Did everybody know that
Yeah.
beautiful Miss France won?
Yeah, she
Like
was
I thought she
gorgeous.
was gorgeous.
Can I see?
Not only was she,
She was
gorgeous,
awesome.
she was well spoken. Her answers were nice, and not to mention like the sexiest French accent
Ooh,
ever.
la, la.
They asked her the
Did
question.
she say du Maurier?
She,
S'il vous plaît?
I don't think she was smoking on stage, darling. I don't
Oh,
think
well, it
so.
would have looked even better.
Good
Du
Lord.
Maurier?
If it were Moroccan
no.
or something like that, Liz would be all.
Well, my
Oh,
top
over
three.
that.
Oh my gosh, I bet you were.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
and
I
you know
love
who you
her.
would have liked? Haiti and Colombia.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were gorgeous.
Colombia
my top
was
3
an
picks.
Lina, let me.
I know,
I would
she
have.
was
I
a
would have
little
liked
bit, but-
everybody.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
fine.
really?
Yeah. The very cool part of this show, like the segment, was I'm sure you guys have probably watched, but
The
you know when they
talent
make
competition?
them. Well, that's
What is that anymore?
But
Oh,
did you
gosh.
guys know that they have to dress in like
Their country.
their
costume,
country,
yeah.
their costumes?
She's costume.
Some of those things were insane.
Do we have a costume
and
in
they were
Canada?
heavy.
Yeah,
What's our
Well,
costume?
she wore a snowflake, which I think.
hate that.
Well, I wasn't.
She's
Okay,
wearing pajamas. I hate it.
But BR, I'm gonna say looking at that,
Yeah.
as opposed to what was worn previous
Which is
years,
this, a bunch of hockey sticks and a scoreboard.
I will
which,
take the snowflake.
I'll
Let
take
me
this
see
one.
the other
No,
ones.
this hockey outfit was, I'm sorry, I'm not a big hockey person, but this was awesome. Can you imagine wearing this
The
scoreboard
scoreboard?
on your head?
Yeah, it was
And
pretty
the
cool.
other one with the totem pole down the front.
I'm gonna say it again, just
I
slowly,
don't
so
feel
we
like I
can.
have any words.
So you can understand why sometimes I don't always appreciate
Oh my
what
God.
what was considered
No,
high
the
fashion.
totem pole.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine wearing a scoreboard over your head? The
No,
answer
like,
is
did you
no.
see this? Like, it looked amazing. What do you think about the totem poles? Look at all those faces carved.
There are too many jokes in putting a totem pole over your crotch.
Listen, this is the unfiltered version.
Well,
not
there
to say
are
that.
too many jokes.
So
There
what's
are.
give us one.
It's like a vaginator.
There's one.
Oh my God.
There's one.
BR, I love you.
I don't know what
Is
it
that
is.
feathers again? She's got
I
black
feel
feathers.
like of all 3 of these, if I were the, potential Miss Canada, I feel like I would take the totem.
You know what I feel like this
I feel
is?
like that's
No,
like
that's
so
like
cute.
the Olympics. Like that to me just.
Exactly. It reminded me
It's,
of the
Yeah,
I
totally.
celebrate winter
You
sport
know what
and
I
the
feel
whole
like
essence
if
of Canada.
had a Victoria's Secret fashion show, that it would be full of this.
Yes, it would be.
Snowflakes.
And I do
White
feel
Rocky
like,
Mountains.
but I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like the outfit itself, not the snowflake behind, that's cool. I feel
think
like
the
the
snowflake
outfit
was cool,
itself is very. It is
Pajama.
Canadiana, but I wear that on Sunday
Okay.
in my pajamas.
Here's
isn't
a
that
question
what we
for you,
do?
BR.
The
I don't
point is
win.
we do that
If
though. That's
you
us.
were, if you were gonna be Miss Universe and you were competing, what would you want as your costume? What would be something that would be really cool
As a
besides
Canadian.
besides hockey, the native, the snow? What would be a really
A
cool
totem
outfit?
pole
No.
over her crotch
Yeah, a crotch rocket.
She'd
with
have
some black feathers. No, wait, a scoreboard
I don't
over
want that.
her head.
What
I know what
I
she'd have.
want.
I know.
See?
She'd want
I'm saying
Justin
what would
Trudeau
you,
on
what,
her shoulder.
Yes, facing this way. A pine tree?
You
Again.
would want that, Justin Trudeau.
I
You
would.
would win.
I would.
I think that
I
that's,
don't know.
in my
Like,
humble
honestly?
opinion, I think that says Canadian.
But
Yeah,
this is
it
just
does.
So, this is what people expect.
But isn't that the point though?
No.
No.
What is
No.
this? This is way too out there.
You
That's
know
It
what?
is,
what the
yes.
point
We're
of the
gonna
costume
add-
portion is.
How about a national bird costume? What's our
That-
national bird?
That's-
Whiskey bird? The whiskey.
A
What the
loon?
hell?
A lunatic?
It's a loon.
What? A loon?
Oh,
a loony?
A loon.
A
Yeah,
bird? A
yeah,
goose?
it's no, it's not a goose. It's a loon.
Whatever.
It's a waterfowl.
Or
It's
a
a
beaver
waterfall.
on our
A
beaver.
Yeah, see, like
beaver.
you
Check out my
again.
tail. Flap, flap.
You
I
know
can't
what?
believe I'm actually debating.
A costume.
Well, if we're talking costuming.
No.
or-
You know why
I don't
Drew
know
and I are
what it
not
would
impressed
be.
with this? We come from our culture. This is what you do for a living, not this. I mean, carnival, you
I
have
know.
the most elaborate. We're actually going to be wearing that in a week.
And guess what?
That's Saturday.
If we can add a link. Oh my god, you guys.
I'll send you
If
guys
we
pictures
can
of
add
this.
a link to what other
Yes.
people wore in this, you will be
You would
mind
be,
blown.
yeah.
Oh,
it-
That's
really?
why you'll
it
know
would be,
it was
yeah.
disappointing. Trinidad, like all those countries, unbelievable. The costumes, the
So
feathers,
what would
the
you wear?
sexiness,
Like,
the...
same question to you guys. I don't know. What would you wear? I
Okay,
don't
if
know.
if you have to think about it, if you were to put yourself in the perspective of, I want to represent Canada, so I've got 40 or 50 or 60, I don't know how many other women are competing, and you come on stage and instantaneously, whatever your presence is, must evoke
Your country.
That says Canada to me, like
Yeah.
snowflake and some pajamas. That's a Canadian.
She is Canadian,
There
eh?
you go.
I'd
Oh,
have, like,
yeah.
I'd have a backpack with Syrian refugees.
Oh my god! That would
That is the now Canada.
Yeah. It's,
How do you
I love it.
represent Friends? We'd have like a long line of like friends.
And they're all going to be holding a can of maple syrup, a jug of maple syrup. All the
we
Syrian
are
refugees.
that, like
Oh my
we're Tim
God.
Hortons maple syrup, a beaver, a loon.
I'd shop
We
in
are.
the Tim
Snow,
Hortons
a
cup.
toque. Like
We are.
there's certain things that they
Yeah.
sound like the butt of the joke, but that's what we are, and that's why I say even seeing that, I go, yeah, it's.
But
even
it-
the fact you're wearing a national, do we don't even have a national costume?
We don't really have
No,
one.
we don't.
Actually.
And it isn't
right?
sexy. And some of those other countries are killer.
And I'm going to tell you the answer to that is yes.
That's sexy.
This is
Yes.
sexy.
That's
Can I
how
see it again?
That's how Canadian I
Anyone
am.
got any glasses for me to borrow?
That's
Oh
how
my God.
Canadian I am.
This is
Okay,
sexy.
let's
Yes.
go into something sexier. How about
I'm
that?
over
No,
it.
I think we should take a break and fill our glasses.
Because I need a cigarette.
And then we'll get into our next topic.
Avec de Maurier, s'il vous plaît.
We'll be back. We're going to talk about the
Yeah,
fashion of the
let's-
NFL awards.
You'll
and
like
and
this.
Yes,
the ladies will
thank
lay in on this
God.
because it's a lot of
Yes.
men's fashion.
Woo!
More coming up next.